In today's video, we are going to do our monthly unboxing of my Mrs. Quilty box, and then we'll get a project done together. Hi, I'm Izzy, and my channel is all about sewing garments, quilts, and bags. And like I said, today's going to be all about quilting. I get this box for free from Mrs. Quilty, so this video is sponsored by them. But as always, my opinion is my own, and I'm always very honest about how things are. So let's get her open and see what we're gonna get done this month. Woohoo! All right, I'm loving the colors already, the purples. All right, in every box you do get, in addition to your fabric, a beautiful magazine. I love this magazine. It's got articles in it, so quilting articles. It's got all the instructions for the projects that you can make. So it usually has 4 projects in each box, one of which is a block of the month. So if you get a subscription, at the end of it, you'll have enough blocks to put together as a quilt. All right, so here's what is included in this month's block. See, hold on. All right, so we've got our 12 fat quarters right here. We've got our magazine, obviously. We've got 2 gifts. You always get 2 gifts in each box, and this month it's a retractable tape measure and some leather tags. That's very cool. And here are the 4 projects included in this month's box. So you've got your block of the month right here. This is a hiking mug rug. You know me and mug rugs. Love this. You've got a wall hanging, and you've got a picnic blanket. Wow. All right. So you've got like a picnic blanket right here, and this is the little wall hanging. Love this. Very cool. All right. And yeah, like I said, all the instructions for the projects are in this beautiful magazine. Let's open our gifts. They always come in little pouches like this, which I've been keeping because they are really great for gifts. So I put them in my gift stash, my gift wrapping stash. So here's our little tape measure. It's got... is this centimeters or inches? It's inches on one side and centimeters on the other. Love that. So pull on it and then press the middle and back in it goes. Plus it's pink polka dot. How cool is that? And here are the leather tags. So they say handmade. I love that. Very cool. On a bag. That would be amazing. And here are the 12 fat quarters. So they are wrapped like this. And then you get your beautiful pile of fabric. I am really loving the purples this month. So you've got this one, a chevron print. Oh, a geometric print. You've got this one here. So it's the same as the first one, but with different colors. Then you've got this gorgeous, almost like floral print. This here, which is absolutely stunning. Oh, a solid purple. A white background and purple squares. This blender here, which is amazing. Another geometric print. Oh, love this one. You can barely see them, but they're like purple dots. Oh, love that. And then another geometric print in all of the purples and navies. Oh, love this. Love this. All right, so that's the box. Now, if you're new to Mrs. Quilty, it is a subscription model, but the best part about their model is that as you progress through the boxes, so you always start with box number 1, no matter when you sign up. And the first 3 boxes are really easy project so that you can learn about quilting, learn about an accurate 1/4 inch seam allowance, learn how to cut and prepare your fabric, and so on. So all of the projects in the first 3 boxes are really easy. And then you move into boxes 4 to 6 or 7, and those are a little more intermediate. So you're gonna learn more skills, more techniques, more methods of putting quilted projects together. And then the last few boxes are a little more advanced. So again, as you progress through all of your boxes, not only do you get gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics and fun projects, but those projects build your skills. I'm a trainer, like a corporate trainer. I do instructional design. This model just is music to my heart. I just love their model. All of the boxes are shipped from, well, when they go to Canada at least, they get shipped from the US, and the shipping is really, really quick, like really quick, usually 3 to 4 days. I live in a big city, mind you, so I don't know what it's like if you live in a more rural type of area, but yeah, to the city, it's basically 3 or 4 days. So I love this. For most of the projects, you can use those 12 fat quarters and put 2 projects together, meaning they give you enough fabrics to make 2 projects. So you could choose to do the block of the month plus another project from the magazine. For some of the projects, you need to supplement their fat quarters with your own batting. For example, if you're making a quilt, you'll probably need to supplement with your own backing fabric. So that's something to keep in mind. And obviously you have to have on hand all of the notions you'll need to cut the fabric, press the fabric, sew it, and so on. So none of those things are included in your boxes. All right, so I'm gonna have a look at the magazine and pick which project I'm gonna make. The past few boxes I've been making their block of the month, but I'm really tempted by the mug rug this month, so who knows? I'll have a read and then come back and share with you what we're gonna be making this month. All right, so I've gone through the magazine, and basically this is the page where you have all the projects in the magazine all laid out for you. And I've decided to just do the block of the month. This is, like I said before, this is what I've done with most of the boxes I've gotten so far. And at the end of it, I'm gonna have enough of these blocks to put together into a very cute little, probably like a baby quilt. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Plus, I absolutely love a good flying geese block. They are quick to make, but you can do so much. And this is what it says in the magazine. So the flying geese block is a classic quilt pattern featuring a large triangle, the goose, surrounded by smaller triangles, the sky. Dating back to the 19th century, this versatile block can be arranged in various ways to create different effects. Flying geese are a wonderful choice for patchwork borders, directional designs, or as standalone blocks. So the flying geese block is really this here. So you've got the goose and the sky. And you can arrange these, if you make a ton of those, you can arrange these in all kinds of different configurations and really come up with very, very striking designs. It's a lot of fun. It's a very, very cool block. So this block, like all the others, finishes at 12.5 inches square, and it is a quilting level of beginner. So I've already pulled all of the fabrics I'm gonna need for this block, and I've pressed them. So they're all here. I'm gonna use this one here for the background. It does say in here that you can take a fabric from your stash, but a fat quarter is gonna be enough to create all of the sky pieces. And then you've got one of this, which is gonna be one goose. You've got this one, which is gonna be another goose. This one, and this one. And then this last one here is gonna be all of the middle squares right here. So yeah, very, very cool block. So now that I've pressed all my fabrics, I'm going to follow the instructions in the magazine for cutting all of the fabric. So you've got them at the bottom of the page here and onto the page up here. So I'm just going to follow these instructions and then come back here and we will piece the block together. All right, so here are my fabrics. So I've got my 4 rectangles for the central flying geese, and then I've got my 4 for the other geese, and then I've got 16 squares here for the sky pieces. So what I'm going to do is on the back of each of these squares, I'm going to take a pencil or pen or any kind of marking tool and draw a line diagonally on each one of those so that I can put them on the rectangles and create the flying geese. So I'm going to go and mark my lines here and then come back and show you how we do the geese. All right, so I used my friction pen. By the way, this was a gift from a past Mrs. Quilty box. So I use a friction pen, which you might know is heat erasable. So at this point, I'm not going to press these until I've sewn them. So keep that in mind if you're also using friction pens. All right, so for each of these rectangles, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay the rectangle right side up. We're going to take a square and then put it on top of the rectangle so that the diagonal line goes this way. And then we're going to sew right on top of this diagonal line. Then we're going to trim this part away, leaving a 1/4 inch, and then press this triangle here outward towards the outside, basically, so that we're left with a piece of sky over our flying goose. And then once this is pressed, we're going to add the other side of the sky like this and then sew diagonally. The reason why I'm not putting both squares on and then doing the seam is because you can see they overlap. So you need to do one side at a time. So you do the first side, trim, press, and then put your second square. And then your seam here is going to basically go over your previous piece of sky. So you're going to piece this way, trim, and then press to the outside. And this is what your flying goose block is going to look like. So I'm going to do this for all 8 of my rectangles. I'm going to sew everything, trim, press, and then I'll come back here with my flying geese blocks all pieced, and then we are going to put them together to create the 12-inch block. All right, so I've got all my flying geese. Now this is what we need to make. So let's see if I can arrange this properly. Hold on. This, like this, and then this here, and then this here. All right, and then I think, yes, those go that way. There you go. All right, so all that is left, we've got our flying geese blocks like this. All that is left now is to basically piece the quarters together. So we're going to piece these two together, right sides together like this. And we're going to do the same with these two, and these two. Now the important thing to do when you're piecing 2 flying geese together like this is, let's see if I can show you. So you put them right sides together like this, and then you have to sew close to the intersection of thread right here. Hopefully you can see that So you follow 1/4 inch, but as you get close to here, try to hit just inside that intersection. And what that does when you press these open is you get a very nice point right here. All right, so I'm gonna go and sew all of my quarters together. And then basically once we have the quarters together, we sew the 2 halves like this, or the 2 quarters like this, and then the 2 rows, and we have a finished block. And there we go. I love this. I absolutely love this. The colors are gorgeous. The fabric pressed so nicely. Yeah, love, love, love my block. So this is now, yeah, my 4th block, I think. I should pull the other ones out and see what they all look like together. But yeah, super, super pleased. And there you have it. A beautiful block. I love this. I'm going to have a link down below if you'd like to get your very own Mrs. Quilty box or subscription box. Highly recommend. The fabrics are gorgeous. I love the little gifts. And the magazine is so nice. The projects are fun. And there's a theme to each box. So yeah, if you've been thinking about learning how to quilt, improve your quilting skills, or just basically have some fun with some fat quarters and really cool little projects, highly, highly recommend that subscription box. If you have any questions about it at all, please, as always, leave those in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.